Cancer, the very word carries fear, uncertainty, and a sense of finality. Especially when someone hears the words stage 4, it often feels like an irreversible verdict, as though the body has turned against itself and there's no way back. But what if that belief isn't the whole truth? What if inside your body there exists a remarkable power to fight back, to regenerate, to reprogram disease, and to heal from within? The story of cancer doesn't have to end in despair. It can begin again with understanding, with science, and with hope. Your body is not a battlefield doomed to destruction. It is an ecosystem designed for balance. Cancer grows when that balance is lost, but balance can be restored. The human body has a set of natural defense systems, 5 to be exact, that work in harmony to keep disease at bay. When we nourish, protect, and activate these systems, we're not just fighting symptoms, we're rewiring the conditions that allow cancer to thrive. The first line of defense lies in angiogenesis, the process by which blood vessels form to feed every cell. Cancer cells are clever. They hijack this system to build their own blood supply, drawing nutrients to feed their growth. But there are foods, natural compounds, and nutrients that can starve cancer of this lifeline. Green tea, pomegranate, turmeric, soy, and certain berries contain molecules that can shut down the blood vessels feeding tumors. When this happens, cancer's lifeline is cut off, not by toxic drugs alone, but by nature's own medicine chest. Another powerful defense is our immune system. For decades, we thought the immune system was helpless against cancer. Now we know better. Our immune cells, particularly the T cells and natural killer cells, can recognize, target, and destroy cancer cells. But their power depends on how we support them. Sleep, exercise, stress control, and certain foods like mushrooms, cruciferous vegetables, and omega-3 rich fish can supercharge immune defenses. It's not about fighting harder, it's about fighting smarter. By awakening what's already inside you, stem cells are another piece of this puzzle. These are the body's repair cells, the architects of renewal. They rebuild blood vessels, heal organs, and restore damaged tissues. Cancer tries to corrupt them, but when we consume foods like kiwi, blackberries, extra virgin olive oil, and dark chocolate, we protect and guide stem cells to do what they were meant to do. Repair, not feed disease. Healing isn't magic, it's molecular. Let's not forget the microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living inside your gut. These microbes are like a control room for your metabolism, immunity, and inflammation. When the gut is healthy, inflammation subsides, and your immune system works with precision. But when the gut is unbalanced, from processed foods, sugar, or antibiotics, cancer gains a foothold. You can reset that balance by feeding your gut with fiber, rich vegetables, fermented foods, and prebiotic nutrients that restore harmony and stability. A healthy gut can mean the difference between cancer spreading or shrinking. And finally, there's DNA protection. Every day, your DNA faces assaults from pollution, stress, UV rays, and poor diet. But your cells are equipped with repair systems that can fix damaged DNA before mutations spiral out of control. Nutrients like lycopene from tomatoes, catechins from green tea, and sulforaphane from broccoli can enhance these repair systems. The body was built with self-correction in mind. We just need to give it what it needs to do its job. Cancer doesn't appear overnight. It develops slowly, sometimes over years or decades. And in that same slow, deliberate process, your body can undo the damage one cell at a time. You can't erase the past, but you can influence your biology today. When you shift what you eat, how you move, and how you think, you send molecular signals that can silence cancer, promoting genes, and activate healing pathways. Food isn't just calories. It's information. Every bite tells your body what to do next. Even the most advanced stage of cancer does not mean all hope is gone. Across the world, there are individuals who were once told their cancer was terminal. And yet, through a combination of medical treatment, dietary change, and lifestyle transformation, their disease stabilized, reversed, or disappeared entirely. They didn't find miracles, they found methods. They worked with their biology, not against it. But they learned that while cancer is strong, the human body, when supported by science, nutrition, and mindset, can be stronger. Science today is revealing what was once unthinkable. The body has the ability not only to resist cancer, but to repair the damage it causes. Cancer may be formidable, but it is not invincible. When you restore your body's natural defenses, when you nourish rather than punish, and when you live in alignment with the systems that keep you alive, you create an internal environment where cancer cannot thrive. Healing doesn't start in a hospital, it starts in you. Healing from stage 4 cancer is not about a sudden miracle or a single magic bullet. It is about activating the intricate orchestra of your body's own biology. It begins when you realize that your body is not your enemy, but your greatest ally. At every cell, every tissue, every molecule within you is built to protect, restore, and defend life. Even when disease takes hold, the blueprint for healing remains inside you, waiting to be reawakened. Science has shown that cancer is not a foreign invader. It arises from our own cells that have lost their sense of control and purpose. But those same mechanisms that allow cancer to grow can also be redirected toward healing. What determines the difference is the environment you create within your body and mind. When cancer reaches its later stages, people are often told that the only path forward is treatment, surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, or targeted drugs. And yes, these interventions can be vital tools, but they are not the full picture. What is often missing from the conversation is how much power you still have, how much influence you can exert on the disease process through daily choices. The question is not only what treatment can kill cancer, but what can I do to help my body resist it, repair itself, and thrive again? The answers lie in the new science of health defense activation. Your body has 5 powerful health defense systems: angiogenesis, regeneration, microbiome balance, DNA protection, and immunity. When these systems are operating at full capacity, cancer struggles to grow or survive. But when they are weakened by poor diet, stress, sleep deprivation, or chronic inflammation, cancer finds an opportunity. Restoring these defenses, even at stage 4, is not fantasy. It is biology. Think of angiogenesis, the process of growing new blood vessels, as a life-giving irrigation system. Your body builds new vessels to feed healthy tissues, heal wounds, and keep organs alive. Cancer, however, hijacks this process, forcing the body to build abnormal vessels that feed its own growth. Yet, you can take that power back. Natural compounds in foods like green tea, blueberries, kale soy, and turmeric inhibit this abnormal vessel growth. In scientific studies, compounds like EGCG from tea or genistein from soy have been shown to starve tumors of their blood supply. What's remarkable is that these are not synthetic chemicals, but molecules that exist in the plants we eat. They have evolved alongside us, perhaps as part of nature's design to keep life in balance. When you choose foods that cut off cancer's blood supply, you're not merely avoiding harm, you're actively fighting back. You are using food as a form of therapy, an edible weapon that works silently inside you. Over time, as tumors lose their nourishment, their growth slows, some even shrink. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the measurable effect of nature working in harmony with human biology. Regeneration is another profound defense system. Your body is constantly repairing itself through stem cells, master cells capable of turning into whatever your body needs. Every time your skin heals after a cut or your liver recovers from injury, that's regeneration in action. But cancer tries to corrupt this process, turning stem cells into accomplices for its own growth. The way to stop that is by nurturing healthy regeneration through foods that encourage normal repair but discourage tumor growth. Omega-3 fatty acids, olive oil, blackberries, kiwi, and even coffee contain compounds that support stem cell function. These nutrients guide stem cells to heal damaged tissue rather than fuel disease. In animal studies, when certain foods were introduced, stem cells repaired organs faster and more efficiently. The human body is designed to renew itself, not in months or years, but continuously. Every few weeks, your gut lining renews. Every few months, your skin replaces itself. Even your bones and heart undergo cellular renewal. The moment you decide to change what you eat, how you move, and how you live, you are participating in your body's regeneration. Your microbiome, the ecosystem of bacteria that lives in your gut, plays a critical role too. The microbes in your intestines don't just digest food, they control inflammation, immunity, and even hormones. When your gut bacteria are healthy and balanced, they send out signals that calm inflammation, improve metabolism, and help your immune system recognize and destroy cancer cells. But when your microbiome is damaged by processed foods, antibiotics, or stress, those signals turn harmful. The good bacteria die off, and the bad ones thrive, creating toxins that promote inflammation and weaken immunity. You can restore balance to your microbiome by feeding it the right foods: fiber, rich vegetables, beans, fruits, nuts, and fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, and kefir. These foods act as fertilizers for your good bacteria. In return, your microbiome produces short, chain fatty acids that protect your DNA, reduce inflammation, and enhance immune vigilance. A healthy gut can influence whether cancer cells grow or die. The link is that powerful. DNA protection is another pillar of healing. Every day, our DNA is damaged thousands of times by toxins, stress, and environmental exposures. Fortunately, our bodies have built in repair mechanisms that work constantly to fix that damage. But those mechanisms need the right nutrients to function properly. A lycopene from tomatoes, sulforaphane from broccoli, catechins from green tea, and vitamin E from nuts can boost DNA repair and neutralize harmful free radicals. When DNA repair is efficient, mutations that cause cancer are prevented or reversed. Cancer doesn't appear overnight. It builds silently through mutations that accumulate over time. But if we can enhance DNA repair daily, we interrupt that process. You may not feel it happening, but your body is quietly repairing, rebuilding, and protecting. The immune system, your body's army of defense, is the ultimate cancer fighter. Every day, your immune cells patrol your body, searching for abnormal cells. When they find one, they destroy it. The challenge is that cancer learns to disguise itself, hiding from immune detection. Yet we can reawaken the immune system through natural means. Foods like garlic mushrooms, cruciferous vegetables, and citrus fruits can boost immune cell activity. Exercise, quality sleep, and social connection have also been shown to enhance immune performance. When your immune system is functioning optimally, it can recognize and attack even advanced cancer cells. Medical immunotherapies work on this same principle. They simply unleash what your body was designed to do. When you combine medical treatment with immune, supportive lifestyle changes, you multiply your chances of recovery. Inflammation plays a pivotal role in cancer progression. Chronic inflammation is like a smoldering fire that feeds tumors. You can extinguish that fire through anti-inflammatory foods: turmeric, ginger, berries, olive oil, green leafy vegetables, and fatty fish. These foods contain compounds that block inflammatory pathways at the cellular level. When inflammation decreases, cancer loses one of its strongest allies. But healing isn't just physical, it's also emotional and mental. Stress can alter your hormones, weaken your immune system, and accelerate disease. When you live in fear, anger, or despair, your body produces stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that suppress immune defenses and fuel inflammation. Meditation, deep breathing, gratitude, and meaningful human connection can reverse those effects. In fact, studies show that people who maintain a sense of hope and purpose during cancer treatment often live longer and respond better to therapy. Healing requires participation. It's not about waiting for a cure to arrive, it's about becoming an active partner in your recovery. You can choose foods that support healing, surround yourself with people who uplift you, engage in movement that strengthens your body, and practice gratitude that nourishes your spirit. Each of these choices sends a message to your cells: live, repair, regenerate. In the face of stage 4 cancer, some people are told to prepare for the end. But what if, instead, we prepared for renewal? There are countless cases of people who defied all odds. Patients who outlived their prognosis by years, even decades. They didn't find magic, they found alignment. They aligned their diet, their emotions, and their mindset with their biology. They worked with their bodies rather than against them. The science behind these transformations is becoming clearer. When you eat foods that fight angiogenesis, reduce inflammation, and strengthen immunity, you are altering the biochemistry of your disease. When you cultivate calm and gratitude, you lower cortisol, improve circulation, and activate healing genes. Even small changes matter. The first day you choose to drink green tea instead of soda, you're feeding your anti-cancer defenses. The first time you replace processed sugar with fruit, your microbiome thanks you. The first time you take a walk in nature and breathe deeply, your stress hormones fall and your immune system rises. Healing is not a single event. It's a series of small, consistent choices that transform the terrain of your body. Cancer thrives in chaos, in an environment of inflammation, poor nutrition, and stress. When you restore order, you make it impossible for disease to dominate. Your internal landscape becomes a place where life, not illness, flourishes. Modern medicine has made extraordinary progress in treating cancer, but the most powerful breakthroughs come when medicine and self-care work together. Chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and targeted drugs can attack cancer from the outside, while food, sleep, exercise, and emotional balance heal you from the inside. This dual approach is the future of medicine. one that doesn't just extend life but restores vitality. Every cancer journey is personal. Some will heal completely. Others will stabilize their disease and live meaningful, extended lives. The common thread is empowerment, the realization that even in stage 4, you can still influence the course of your disease. You can choose to feed healing instead of fear. You can choose to awaken the defenses that were built into your biology from the day you were born. The science of healing is not about false hope. It's about true possibility. The body that created disease has the wisdom to dismantle it. Every heartbeat, every breath, every bite of nourishing food, every moment of peace you cultivate, they are all votes for life. The message is simple but profound. Your body was designed to heal. When you believe that, and when you act on it, you begin to write a new story. One not of suffering, but of survival. A healing from stage 4 cancer is not only about surviving, but about reawakening the dormant intelligence that exists within every cell of your body. It begins when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of disease and start recognizing that your biology still holds the blueprint for recovery. Even when cancer spreads, even when it seems that the body has turned against itself, the truth is that healing mechanisms are still alive, waiting to be switched on. The body never stops fighting for you. It never gives up. What you feed, how you think, and the environment you create inside yourself can determine whether those mechanisms are strengthened or silenced. Every cancer cell was once a healthy cell that lost its direction. Somewhere along the way, it stopped listening to the body's natural signals that tell it when to grow and when to stop. That confusion didn't happen in an instant. It developed slowly, influenced by chronic inflammation, toxins, stress, and lifestyle patterns. The same slow process that leads to disease can also lead to repair, but in the opposite direction. When you introduce healing signals through nutrition, rest, mindset, and supportive treatment, you begin to retrain your cells to remember what health feels like. The body is constantly communicating. The foods you eat, the air you breathe, the thoughts you think. All of it becomes molecular information. These messages are translated into chemical signals that determine how your genes behave. Science has now proven that genes are not static. They are dynamic, responsive, and capable of turning on and off depending on the environment you create inside yourself. This means that even if you carry a genetic predisposition for cancer, it does not define your destiny. What defines your destiny is how you nourish those genes. The field of epigenetics has revealed that your daily choices can silence cancer, promoting genes and activate genes of protection and longevity. A meal rich in vegetables, fruits, herbs, and plant-based compounds sends messages of calm and restoration to your DNA. A lifestyle filled with chronic stress, processed foods, and lack of movement sends the opposite message. Every bite, every breath, every thought matters. Healing is not about perfection. It's about consistent nurturing of your inner biology. The way cancer interacts with the immune system is one of the most fascinating areas of modern research. The immune system has cells that act like detectives, scanning for abnormalities and removing them before they grow. Cancer attempts to hide, cloaking itself in molecular disguises, but we've learned that certain foods and habits can unmask cancer cells and make them visible to the immune army again. Compounds in turmeric, garlic, mushrooms, and green tea can help immune cells recognize what doesn't belong. Physical movement, even gentle walking, boosts the circulation of immune cells, allowing them to patrol more efficiently. Deep sleep helps the immune system regenerate its energy. Each of these actions restores your body's surveillance system. Cancer is relentless, but so is the human spirit. The will to live, heal, to heat, protect loved ones, to experience one more sunrise. That willpower has measurable effects on biology. People who cultivate hope have lower levels of inflammatory cytokines. They produce more healing hormones like oxytocin and endorphins. Positive emotions are not naive, they are biochemistry. When you surround yourself with love, when you forgive, when you choose peace over resentment, your body produces molecules that strengthen your defenses. Healing begins in the mind long before it appears in the body. Another powerful truth is that cancer thrives in environments of imbalance. Sugar spikes, a hormonal disruption, oxygen deprivation, and inflammation all create a landscape where tumors can grow. But when you stabilize blood sugar, manage stress, and support circulation through movement and breathing, you create an environment where cancer struggles to survive. Oxygen is toxic to cancer cells. Deep breathing, yoga, And regular physical activity floods your tissues with oxygen, making it harder for tumors to grow. The body knows how to protect itself when given the chance. Water, too, is part of healing. Every chemical reaction in your body depends on hydration. When you drink clean water, you flush toxins, support cellular communication, and maintain the fluid balance that allows immune cells to travel where they're needed. Dehydration thickens the blood, slows oxygen delivery, and stresses the kidneys and liver, organs vital for detoxification. So, one of the simplest acts of healing is also one of the most overlooked: drink water consciously, as though you're washing your cells from the inside. Sleep is another healer that works silently. During deep sleep, your brain clears waste, your immune system regenerates, and your body repairs tissues. People who sleep less than 6 hours per night have higher risks of chronic diseases, including cancer. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a biological necessity. It's your nightly detox. Create a ritual before bed. No screens, dim light, slow breathing, a gratitude, and let your body do the repair it's designed for. There's also the power of connection. Humans are social beings wired for love, touch, and empathy. Isolation can weaken the immune system, while connection strengthens it. Studies show that people with strong social support have higher survival rates, even in advanced disease. Being surrounded by caring people reduces stress hormones and increases immune function. Healing is not a solo journey, it is a shared experience. When you share your fears, your hopes, and your gratitude, you release emotional toxins just as your body releases physical ones. A food remains the foundation of healing because it is the most direct way to influence your biology. Plant-based foods are filled with phytochemicals that talk to your cells in the language of life. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale contain sulforaphane, a compound that turns on detoxification enzymes. Berries are packed with antioxidants that protect DNA. Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, help regulate cell growth. Mushrooms enhance immunity and reduce inflammation. Garlic and onions support liver detoxification. These foods don't just prevent cancer. They can slow, and in some cases, reverse its progress. Healthy fats like those in olive oil, avocados, and nuts improve the fluidity of cell membranes, allowing nutrients to flow in and waste to flow out. Whole grains, beans, and lentils provide fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Each of these foods plays a role in creating an internal environment of balance. When your diet is alive with color, variety, and freshness, you send a powerful message to your body: I am ready to heal. Equally important is removing what fuels disease. Processed foods, refined sugars, artificial additives, and excess alcohol create oxidative stress that damages DNA and promotes inflammation. These substances confuse your cells, overwhelm your liver, and compromise your immune system. When you reduce or eliminate them, you create space for healing. The body wants to heal, it just needs fewer obstacles. Fasting or time-restricted eating has also shown promise in reducing cancer progression. Giving your body short periods without food triggers cellular cleanup processes called autophagy. During this time, damaged cells are broken down and recycled, reducing the buildup of normal proteins that lead to disease. Fasting isn't about deprivation, it's about restoration. It's a way of pressing the reset button on your metabolism. Movement, too, is medicine. When you move, you increase circulation, enhance oxygen flow, and activate the lymphatic system, the body's waste removal network. Unlike the blood, the lymph has no pump. It relies on muscle movement to flow. Gentle exercise like walking, stretching, or yoga keeps lymph moving and helps remove toxins. Movement is also a way of telling your body you're alive, engaged, and willing to fight. It builds resilience physically and emotionally. Nature is another profound healer. Simply spending time outdoors reduces stress hormones and boosts natural killer cell activity. Sunlight stimulates vitamin D production, which helps regulate cell growth and immune function. The rhythm of natural light also helps synchronize your circadian clock, improving sleep and hormone balance. You are part of nature, and when you return to it, your body remembers its natural rhythm. Music, laughter, art, and creativity are not luxuries. They are expressions of life that activate healing chemistry. Laughter releases endorphins. Music calms the nervous system and balances heart rate. Art and writing provide emotional release. Healing requires not only nutrition and medicine, but joy. The energy of joy is incompatible with the chemistry of disease. It floods your body with vitality. There's a quiet strength that arises when you begin to trust your body again. Cancer tries to convince you that you've lost control, but when you take small steps, a better meal, a deeper breath, a moment of gratitude, you reclaim that power. Healing is not linear. Some days will be filled with energy and clarity, others with fatigue and uncertainty. But each day you choose to support your body, you are moving closer to balance. The key is persistence. The body responds to consistency, not perfection. Spiritual peace, whether through faith, meditation, or reflection, is another powerful medicine. When you align your inner world with calm acceptance and gratitude, your nervous system shifts from fight or flight to rest and repair. This state allows healing to occur. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing peace within it. The moment you quiet your mind, you open space for recovery. There is no single path that fits everyone. Some will combine natural healing with conventional treatment. Others will rely heavily on lifestyle medicine. What matters most is that you believe in your capacity to heal. Belief is not superstition. It's a signal that reshapes biology. The placebo effect is not a trick. It's proof that the mind can influence the body's chemistry. When you believe something will help you, your brain releases healing chemicals that make it so. Science is catching up to what wisdom has always known. The human body is not fragile. It is resilient, regenerative, and intelligent. Even when faced with stage 4 cancer, your biology can shift. Cancer is strong, but it is not stronger than the systems that built you. When you combine medical treatment with nutrition, movement, emotional balance, and spiritual grounding, you awaken a healing power that medicine alone cannot provide. Your cells are listening to you. Every thought of hope, every act of kindness, every nourishing meal, every deep breath. They all echo within the body, guiding it toward balance. Healing is a dialogue between you and your biology. The more love and respect you bring into that conversation, the louder your body responds. There are countless stories of people who outlived every prediction, who went into remission when no one thought it possible, who returned to life when all hope was gone. They didn't fight harder, they healed smarter. They learned to work with their body, not against it. The message is timeless and universal. Even in your most difficult moments, your body is still on your side. It was built to survive, adapt, and renew. You are not broken. You are in the process of repair. The journey may be long, but every moment of care, every conscious choice, every act of faith brings you closer to the balance that life itself is trying to restore within you. Even in the darkest moments, when the diagnosis feels like the end of your story, you must remember, your body has not given up on you. Every heartbeat, every breath, every flicker of warmth inside you is proof that life still wants to fight for you. The same intelligence that once grew you from a single cell is still within you, quietly working to repair, to restore, and to reclaim balance. Cancer may challenge your body, but it cannot define your spirit. Healing is not only about medicine, it's about awakening. It's the moment you realize that the most powerful pharmacy in the world exists within you. It's the food you choose, the thoughts you nurture, the sleep you honor, the love you allow yourself to feel. Every choice you make either feeds disease or fuels recovery. And when you begin to choose what nourishes life, something remarkable happens. Your biology starts to listen. Even stage 4 cancer is not the end of hope, it's the beginning of transformation. The body that has been wounded can still be reborn. The cells that forgot how to live can learn again. Science now shows that remission and renewal are not rare miracles. They are the natural result of aligning with the forces that sustain life itself. You are not powerless, you are powerful beyond measure when you decide to stand beside your body rather than against it. So, if you are walking through the storm right now, hold your head high. You are not a statistic, and you are not a prognosis. You are a living system of infinite intelligence capable of rewriting its story. Feed it truth. Feed it faith. Feed it love. Every act of self-care is an act of defiance against disease. Every moment of gratitude is a step toward healing. Your body is listening to everything you believe. So, believe in healing. Believe in your resilience. Believe that within you exists the strength to calm the fire, to silence the fear, and to restore life. Because healing doesn't come from outside. It begins within you, and it grows stronger every single day you choose to live.